If you want to be the cutie style boxer, there are three phases that you have to implement in order for this to work. What we're going to do is we're going to use Tio Lopez versus Ortiz as an example. Now, before I break this down, I like to make it very clear that boxing against a cutie style requires a lot of experience and understanding of the ring. And so when we break this down, what we're going to do is give you the true step by step on how this is done. And it takes practice. That's why experience is necessary. The first phase of what you see when a cutie offers up, they offer up a lot of different angles. But one of the things that they do well is they know how to bring you to them. So the case in point, when you look at Ortiz, what he did was he used the back pedal, and the back pedal is the number one trap to set you up. I call this float like a butterfly. So he used the ring to pull T.O. back. Now, the first phase of what T.O. could have done is learn how to use the box step to cut the ring off. And if you do that, what will happen is you'll shut off where they're going and you never follow where they've been. That's what most people do when they make the first mistake in trying to cut the ring off. They try to chase the person, and cutting the ring off is beating them where they're trying to go. When a lot of people see the box step, it's for the first time, so that they just do it. They don't realize that it's the number one tool in mastering ring generalship. The second phase of this is knowing exactly how to land the punches. Once you trap them, you want to get them against the ropes or inside of the corner. You calculate how you cut them off and where exactly is it that you hit the stopping point when you're cutting them off. Once most people think, oh, I can throw these combinations or I can hit them with a solid, pot shot and break them down. Thing about a cutie is it's not suggested that you try to hit them with one punch at a time. That's so going to get you countered unless you're throwing it to the chest. Never throw to the head of a cutie. They'll set you up and they'll beat you up. What you want to do is throw combinations in what we call the Robinson Flurry style. And this highlights punch cadence. These are rhythm type punches. They're not meant for power. They're meant to deter and deflect the concentration of the fighter. Now, you can land a big shot in between these punches, but it's true mastery. And it takes a period of time to develop the punch cadence. Why? Because most people are used to throwing single power shots at a time. Even if they throw four, they're very isolated. When you use punch cadence in the Robinson Flurry, so what you're doing is establishing muscle memory to let your hands go. See, the final phase of this is truly tricky because most people would think that what you want to do while you got them on the rope is pummel them and just stand there. But the thing about a cutie is their level of cleverness, their IQ, they'll figure things out the longer you're there. So instead of standing there trying to pounce on them, unless you got them dazed and on Quiz Street, you want to step back. And these are techniques that you use with the geometry of the box step. Number 2, step back off the line and pull them to you. And what they're going to want to do is they're going to want some get back. And they're going to forget about that they're being set up. These are the components that help you figure out how to use this system of footwork training. And when you're looking at it, first phase, remember, it's all about knowing how to cut off the ring using the geometry of the box step. The geometry of the box step is the advanced version of the basic box step. Now, the second phase is learning how to let your hands go with the Robinson Flurry. This is all about punch cadence and setting traps in a way once you go to phase 3 by stepping back off the line and pulling them to you, so that now the next thing is they're going to set themselves up and walk themselves into your power. That's how you defeat a cutie. Now, this takes repetition, and this takes a lot of work, And if guys like Teofimo Lopez, they work on everything. The only thing is you have to know how much time to put in each thing. Even though his father is coaching him at a world championship level, it takes a lot of experiences in which most people don't have yet. What the instructions simply should have been is basically set the trap, cut the ring off, get to where he's trying to go, grunt walk him down, let your hands go with flurries and not pot shots. Don't go for the head, flow those punches, and then step out and let him walk into your combination punches. And that's when you figure this game out. Boxing has been classified literally as the hardest sport to learn in the world because it's never about what you see with your eye. It's about what goes on internally. It's about what goes on mechanically. And it's the lack there of muscle memory for most people. Boxing is a true science. It took a while to figure out how we were going to take all of these different techniques that it takes to beat a Cutie style boxer and create one educational system for them to use it and master this. So we created the art of sparring, which teaches you the rhythms of guys like Ray Robinson to let your hands go in cadences. The geometry of the box step to teach you how to cut the ring off utilizing the grunt walk. And then we made sure that we had the science of counterpunching, which was going to let you set your guy up and beat him up as he tries to come to you on the inside and at distance. So these are the things that we had to do. And that is how you defeat a Cutie style boxer. And at the same time, cement your legacy as you learn climbing that ladder, how to beat all styles. My encouragement for people who are working with elite fighters like Teofimo Lopez's father is there are areas that you can work on because we all understand boxing, but you don't want to learn on the job. That's what's going on in that scenario. You don't want to do that because what will happen is losses come with that positioning when you do it that way. So get educated because those cuties, they'll drive you crazy. Work time.